Welcome back to What's That Strap YouTube. I'm calling this episode, Just Do This. This is my best effort to answer the question, can you please give me a simple strap routine that I can do on my own for fill in the blank, golf, tennis, my hips, whatever your goal, or maybe you're just a fitness enthusiast that wants to incorporate some What's That Strap rotational stuff into your own workouts. Here's a circuit of exercises that you can do on days such as your upper body lifting days. You can do something like this at the end of your workout, or on your lighter lifting days. If you schedule a day to do arms, abs, calves, core, cardio, something like that, that's a perfect day to also do some strap stuff. The obvious day that I wouldn't do something like this is on your heavier lower body lifting days, because if your legs are already shaky, it's going to make these exercises extra hard. The type of resistance I'm using in this video is an Anchor Training Anchor Pro cable machine. You can use a regular cable machine, or you can try to rig up some pull-up bands or agility bands. I'm going to give you 4 patterns or 4 exercises. 1 pelvic exercise that requires kind of a unique setup to have the strap wrapped around our hips, and then 3 trunk-loaded exercises. I recommend for most people you treat this circuit kind of like using traditional exercises, where you do one side and then the other, and then you move on to the next exercise. You could stay in the strap once we get into our trunk-loaded setup and do one after another, but your glutes are going to be on fire. So if you want your legs to be fresh, I would do one side, then the other, and then move on to the next exercise. 4 exercises. As you get used to this circuit, you're probably going to do 6 to 10 reps per exercise once you find the right variation. That'll make sense in a second. And realistically, probably 2 times around this circuit, something like twice a week, right? So you can always come back to those loading parameters and rewatch the video. Let's get to the exercises. The first pattern is going to be a pelvic rotation. I'm going to start close to the cable machine with the resistance at about waist height. I'm going to put one leg in. I'm going to guide the strap padding high around the thigh. We're going to walk out until the strap gets tight and you are comfortable, and then you're going to spin into the strap. I'm going to pull the strap wrap up, forming a girdle around my glute. Now, it helps if you have a stick or a PVC or something. You're going to start by facing the cable machine, and then you're going to turn toward the strap a little bit. You're going to put the stick in front of you and press down into that stick with like 4 out of 10 effort to help stabilize the upper body. We're working on something called dissociation, where we're moving or appearing to rotate one half of the body more relatively than the other, which is not just important for golfers or rotational athletes, important for everybody. Press into that stick, stay tall, keep your head still in between your feet, and simply allow that strap to win, and then rotate back to your starting position. And a couple of things to visualize. 1, if you can visualize your pelvis as a bowl, as like a cereal bowl, don't let it tilt forward too much or extend your lower back. Keep that pelvis level. And if you can posteriorly tilt your pelvis, you will feel your abs. So let's keep this even more simple. Make this an ab exercise. Try to find your obliques. Keep the pelvis level and draw that strap back using your abs. Finally, visualize a couple sets of headlights. You got low beams down here coming out of your pockets. You got high beams up here coming out of your chest. Let's rotate the low beams and keep the high beams pointed wherever they're pointing. At least you're trying to visualize that as you rotate. This should be comfortable. If it's not comfortable on your lower back for some reason, level the pelvis, posteriorly tilt the pelvis, find those abs, and control the movement. You would do one side and then the other. I'm only going to do one side for time. That is our pelvic loaded setup. To get out, I would get close to the cable machine, get out safely. And for our trunk loaded exercises, you're going to lower the height of the resistance. So first exercise, pelvic rotation, right side and left side. Next, for our trunk loaded exercise, is going to start by putting one arm in like a backpack, walking out, getting the strap tight, and then spinning into the strap. That is important, because if you start here while the strap is slack and you spin into the strap, you are going to be a mess. The strap is going to be split, pulling against your lower back and your rib cage, and it's going to be sliding off your shoulder. This is a mess. You need to start by walking out, getting that strap in the shoulder crease, get some tension on the strap, and then spin. That naturally merges the fabric together, and then you also use the strap wrap, because we want to pull the resistance through the rib cage. First trunk loaded exercise, we are going to actually build up to a trunk rotation. I'm trying to keep in mind that some of you are really, really new to the strap, so we start with what I would use with my clients on day 1, and then I'm going to give you some places to go with each pattern. Start facing the resistance, and then turn once again, kind of slightly, turn all the headlights into the strap. You're going to drop one leg back. So my right side is loaded. I'm dropping the right leg back. And then you're going to allow all the headlights to rotate, and then you're going to rotate against the strap. Nice and easy. Okay, abbreviate the range of motion, stay under control. Just get used to what this strap plus the resistance wants to do to your body. Everything rotates left, everything rotates right. Don't overthink this. But now, I'm going to give you some things to focus on. First, you want to feel the power coming from the rib cage. That's where your hand is. That hand is grabbing onto the strap, and you're rowing that strap back. So we're going to get some feeling and some awareness of that rib cage. Rotate. Rotate. Row that strap back. Grab the strap with your rib cage. And probably the last thing you want to focus on once you get a hold of the rib cage, some awareness in the rib cage, is stabilize the lower body. You got low beams, pockets, zipper, pointing straight ahead. Keep them straight ahead, and then just rotate through the upper body. And this is going to abbreviate the range of motion, but we're going to work on, once again, some dissociation, but now from the top down. So you want to go through these kind of levels of progression and find the variation that's comfortable for you. Find the exercise that fits your body. You would do one side and then the other, and then come back to the side you started on for another exercise. Get back in the strap. Third exercise is going to be a modified airplane. And in fitness, we have a kind of a traditional hip airplane where you're in this warrior stance and you do something that looks like a little kid imitating an airplane. We're going to modify it. You're going to drop one leg back. I've turned a little bit more into the strap. Drop one leg back. As you do that, you need to fold your sternum down. It's not difficult, but it's a challenge for my clients to get the sternum to point what feels like way down. If you had a deck of cards on top of your head, you would feel them kind of sliding off. And if you're new to the strap, it's going to be way harder than I make it look. All of your life is on one leg here. Sternum is down. You're going to start with small range of motion. Because the stance is so difficult, we actually do the opposite of what we did in the first exercise. We're going to start small and then go big. Start small with a little shoulder rotation. Pump those shoulders, keep the head still, and then build up. Allow things to move. Once you've pumped the shoulders, allow things to move. Rotate the headlights. You know, it's not max weight, it's not max range of motion, it's not max speed, it's controlled movement. Right? So start feet close together, head down, eyes down, fold that sternum down, reach that leg back, get your balance, start small, and then go big. And remember, we're rowing with the rib cage. We're grabbing that strap with this loaded side of the rib cage. 3 exercises so far. Pelvic rotations, kind of a trunk rotation progression, and then this airplane progression. Last exercise, lateral stepping or bounding. You're going to start getting our trunk loaded setup, and now I'm going to turn more toward you. So really the strap plus the resistance is exiting directly out to my left. Start in an athletic stance, means ankles, bend your knees, bend your hips. We're going to start by just stepping out and getting used to this strap wanting to pull me into the cable machine. Step, 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 step. Make this a little bit more athletic. Imagine there's a puddle. Get over the puddle, control. Over the puddle, and control. I want you to build up to adding a drop step. Okay, you're going to go out and then drop and drop step. This is going to naturally rotate your body into this stance leg. And then push. Okay, so adding some rotation to this lateral motion. And then push. Okay, so go through this progression. Find the version that you can control and do both sides. That's 4 exercises. Pelvic rotations, trunk rotation progression, airplane progression, and then a lateral bound progression. 4 what I think are simple exercises that address a lot of movement targets that the 3D strap and its exercise catalog or exercise options are designed to address. Whether you're a golfer, tennis player, a recreational athlete, or not, you're going to get a lot out of a simple routine like that. Hope you found this video valuable. All right, moving forward, I'm going to try to balance the content between some of the more longer technical explanations for exercise professionals and more kind of direct, here's what to do exercise videos. Thank you for your support. Thanks for following. And also, if you don't already, follow What's That Strap at What's That Strap on Instagram.